Good evening, good afternoon, good everything. This is Reginal Drummer, the peopleologist and author of the book, Find and Focus, Follow Up, and Finish. Welcome to another episode of We Are Ready, where we stay ready, prepare ourselves to be ready for whatever might come up. Really doesn't matter what it is, whether it's man-made disaster or some type of personal challenge. We have to be ready and prepare ourselves at all times. The holiday period. The holiday period. It's a very trying period for so many people. A lot of times you would think that uh, it's an opportunity to get together, fellowship with family, but sometimes it's difficult. It can be a very stressful time, a very stressful time. So tonight we're going to be talking about some things that could help us, some type of holiday therapy. A lot of people, well, are dealing with their loved ones. Some people tell me this, drummer, I really can't deal with the holidays. I'm thinking about my mother, my daddy, my sister, my cousin, my brother, or they might be thinking about their finances, or they might be thinking about their uh, just personal relationship. It's all kinds of things that factor in that can bring us a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress during the holidays. I encourage everybody that's joining us over on our Facebook page to come on over to Square Mile Media Atlanta over here on YouTube and join that chat and share, like, and subscribe. A lot of great information over here. And, we here every week. But tonight we're going to share some things. Uh, as a male, sometimes, I might just come off the rip and say, man, I ain't stressed out. Uh, everything's cool. Everything's okay. However, during this time period, you could be stressed out over a lot of stuff. And sometimes it's good to calm down. It's good to relax. It'll help your blood pressure. It'll help you get off some of this medication and it'll reduce some anxiety. So tonight, we're going to bring out special guests on board. They're going to share some things that they're doing during the holidays with family, friends, loved ones, and even business people, because everybody needs some type of therapy, something to do, something to look at, and then we got easy gifts for people, uh, things that you can uh, pick up and purchase or create yourself. It's nothing like creating something yourself. So we're gonna bring them on board. I think we got Letitia, Janae. Uh, what's up, ladies? How y'all doing? And Avery, what's up there? I got two of my nieces on here, so I'm feeling good. I got Avery and Janae. What's up, ladies?
Good
Hey,
evening.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then I got my lady friend Letitia. She's pretty energized. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Well, I guess we could dive in here a little bit. Uh, each of you can share a little bit about yourself and tell us what you do. Uh, you want to start them off, Latish?
Sure. Sure. Hey, Avery. Hey, Janae. Nene. How you
hi.
doing? It's good to
Hey,
see
how
you
are you?
again, Avery.
Good
Okay, so
to see
my
you.
name is Letitia Owens, and my company is Artish Creations. And what happened to me like a year ago, this time last year, I was just about entering the emergency room. And in that emergency room, the doctor told me, she said, with your lab results, she said, I believe that I'm almost positive it's cancer. So it was cancer. I was diagnosed with cancer a year ago. It's coming up on a year now, in on December 1st, my surgery. And when I came out of the hospital, I was a complete mess. And I said to myself, what I do for a living is I'm a marketing strategist, and I pretty much move different products and services into the marketplace in creative ways. So whether it's a new product development or it's social media, I'm a social media pro. I do content creation every day. I create videos. I create videos. I create campaigns for marketing that last anywhere from a week to a month. And so, getting back to how I came into art therapy, when I came out of the hospital, I said to myself, I got to live, and I can't go any further. What I'm doing is very stressful. Although I still am doing a lot of most of the clients that I'm dealing with now, I've been with for like maybe 20 years or so. So I know their product and service. It's not like I'm starting something new, but I made a decision to stop the way I was doing business. It was stressing me out. And I couldn't come to one conclusion. I had been in the hospital since I was 26 years old, and I'm 63 now. And I said, and that's funny, when I had the surgery, I was 62. So 26, it was converted. Get it? 26, then 62, reversed. It's like that came to me. I just thought about it. Okay. So anyway, I said to myself, no more. I need to do things that I love. And I remember some time ago, I saw a lady who was struggling with cancer and chemo. And she said, they said, how did you get over it? She said, anything that made me laugh and made me happy. She said she was able to get rid of whatever. The cancer was in remission and she stayed happy. She said that was a real big thing for her. And I remembered that. So AI came along and I started thinking to myself, wow, look at this AI. I started creating coloring books. And I said, man, it's so relaxing. I like to color. What can I do? I started thinking about things that I can do that made me happy. And so I was on a mission, a Green Beret mission, to find things that made me happy. Now I can say that I have developed with since June, because I was recovering for 6 months. Since June, I have created and published 10 coloring books, and they're all on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Walmart, wherever they're out there. And then I started doing some other things, which I'll get into later. I'll show you some of the other things that we're doing, and we're going forward. So now I'm going to take this whole art therapy on the road, whether it's here, Atlanta, Seattle, Chicago, going back home. That's my goal for next year, is to travel with this art therapy and to bring anybody in who is all about what I'm talking about and bringing therapy and relaxation to people through creativity. Come on. That's what I'm doing from now on. And it has been an incredible change in my life. And I credit all of that, just taking that decision, making that decision to do things that made me happy, to my wellness today.
Thank you there, Lady Tish. Awesome, awesome. Avery, how you doing? What you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm continuing to write and work on some novels. I'm working on another poetry book and a children's book, and um, I'm trying to keep busy, but also like have more balance. Because I did notice I was starting to stress too much the last few months. So I feel like as I get closer to New Year's each year, I usually put more pressure on myself. So I have like more goals I'm writing down, but at the same time, I'm trying to make sure I have more balance. So that was a good reminder from Miss Letitia to make sure I do things that I love and don't over stress as I enter the new year. Because it can turn into physical illness, and um it can turn into a lot, so I don't need to bring that into the new year.
No.
Well, that's good. Now, uh, uh, some of the, what's your books you got out there right now, Avery? I know I got two of them. And I know you write under a pen name, and and I know you're out there helping others in the area. Where you out in Arizona? Where you at?
I'm in Northern Phoenix, yes.
Okay, and I know that
Yeah,
that's a
I have
relaxing place.
Oh yeah, it's finally cooling down. Um,
Okay.
we have our own version of diversity, so I've been learning more lately about the Native Americans and their history, going to their local museum. But I have my two women's empowering poetry books out, and um, a holiday Black Women's collab short story book out, and the Black Women's Poetry collab book out. And last month, my friends and I just made a women's devotional book on Amazon for about $8, and I'm selling all of those in person, um, instead of through Amazon,
Okay.
in person or via mail.
Okay. And I know, oh, we just got Janae back in there. How you doing there, Nay, Princess
I'm
Nay?
doing good. How are you guys?
Uh,
I
yeah,
had to
Doing
switch over
well.
from my
I
phone to
know.
the computer.
Good to see
Yeah, I know
you.
you're a new mother. Well, CJ's about a little over a year, but still a new mother, and you juggle a lot of things in there. Tell us a
I
little
do.
bit of what you're doing,
So
what you
right
got
now,
going on over there.
I have a business I create tumblers. This is an
Oh,
example
cool.
of a
Yay.
tumbler. And I also create coffee mugs. This is one example. And I know we're talking
Ah,
about the holidays. So these tumblers they have a lot of affirmations on them. So that way we can keep ourselves positive and uplifted during these holiday times. So if you like tea or you like coffee, I love tea, so I love uplifting tea, and I can put those in my coffee mug. And they have just different things on there. She is extraordinary,
Okay.
creative, and all of those things. And then with the tumblers, so if you're on the go, you don't have to be at home, you can take this with you. And they just have different things also. I choose happiness, I love myself, I live in harmony. So I have that, and that's two pretty custom creations. And then I also have two pretty beauty spa where I'm offering facials to help, that self care, because we all need self care during these times.
thank you, thank you. Whoa, y'all make me feel good. I'm proud of what you all doing. Getting in there at an early age. Not only looking after other people, but spending some time. Self help. Making sure you take care of yourself. Uh, and I know I've been doing the paint parties with Lady Tish, and I always got a story. So when I first started the paint parties, I was like, man, I ain't take no paint party. I'm a grown man. I ain't got to paint. That's for the women. You know, because as a male, I hadn't painted since I was in the 6th grade. I don't own no crayon. I think when Chris was little, that was the last time I played with some crayon. That's been a while. And so, but when I got in there, it was therapeutic. Plus, I'm one of the best painters out of the class. I'm gonna tell you this. Now, I'm gonna go straight to the chase. We're gonna cut it. Uh, my work is already gonna be in an exhibit. Okay, I got a body of work. I got about 4 paintings already out there. We're putting them out, and I'll be taking the paint class. And it wasn't but maybe 2 males. I think Sir Harry and another brother came on board. But I do encourage more males to find a way to reduce stress, because I see a lot of males always geared up. You know what I'm saying? I'm geared up, but you have to find a way, especially during the holidays, to tone down or find something relaxing. So thanks for all that you all are doing. But I was going to ask a question. I had questions for the audience. Uh, During the holiday period, I outlined some stuff earlier. But what's one of the biggest stressors for you during the holiday period? Because we're kicking off the big three: Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Then Valentine's, Easter gonna be after that. But the big three: Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. But what are some of the big stresses that you all find as women?
Okay, let me see. Okay, for me, I don't know if it'll be well this year. It's a whole different situation because I have to get all my products to Amazon, and I've never done that before. So I'm trying to think about it, and the way I'm going to decompress about the whole thing is that I'm just going to get what I can do. If I can't get them, they said they wanted 10 books, but if I would get 5 to them, they said that's fine. That's 5 of each of the 10 that I have. They want. That's a lot of books. So, but in past years, it was always I make cupcakes, I cook. So I would take people all my baked goods, and that was pretty stressful because I wanted to thank people at the end of the year. I got to make sure that I run outside and catch the UPS man because he's on the road, and just to thank him. And I've been missing him. That's just trying to thank people. For all the carriers, the mail people, everything that I deal with. You just know your carriers. I can say that, you should thank your carriers. If you got the FedEx guy, the Amazon guy, especially if you're in a business like me, you should thank them, give them something because I know that I have expensive things on my porch and the UPS man will ring the doorbell and he'll knock knock, knock, like get down here. He can see me in my office, So he's like, get down here. Like this is something big down here. Don't leave it. So I appreciate that. So I like to appreciate them. I even run up to the garbage truck when I know I got overload or something like that, I give her stuff. So if I had to say that, like, that's been stressful, but I now I just said, okay, if I start earlier and plan, and get it out the way, because I like to bake my stuff fresh, but I'll still do that this year. But this year, I guess, that's going to be some of the stresses. I just have to plan. I have to write down everything, like Reginald said, make a list. I have to make a list. What comes first? And then don't get bogged down. Like Amy said, she had to make a list of her goals. So I think that's going to be a big thing for me. And that has been what I'm doing is that I'm taking it out of my head and I'm putting it on paper and I'm saying, hey, you hold it for me. Hold this stress for me. What I can do is look at it and then check off what I need to do next versus trying to keep it all inside of me. So that's been a real good help for me is in a short way, just to make it short, write down things and then check them off as I get them done.
I think you're on mute, Uncle Rex.
Sorry, but thank you. I'm yapping, but one of the big things during the holidays. What are some of the challenges that you all face as young ladies during the holiday period? I know everybody's pulling at you to go here, go there, and do this and do that. And but what are some of the big challenges, stressors you all have during the holiday? Or you might see it in others.
I'll go first. So I don't really have too many stressors, but I do see a lot of people stress about gifts. So they're kind of not really understanding the point of Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. It's all to be thankful. Everybody wants to make sure they are getting gifts. And then, Thanksgiving is a lot of stresses with who's going to cook what and where we're going to be for Thanksgiving. But I just love how Miss Tish said, just write everything down. When you trying to plan something, just write it down. So that's my strategy. When I have a lot of things that I need to do, I write it down. And as I check them off, as I do them, I check them off. So that's like the best thing to do when you have a lot of things that you need to get done.
Okay. Avery?
Yeah, if I need to, I'll tell people in advance I'm gonna have to do belated Christmas presents or change the presents or turn it into something, or I'll turn it into a craft or something that's not so high in cost. And I think for women in general, whether it's the holiday or not, a lot of the time finance and our biological stressors every month sometimes can add to stress. That along with if you have like a variety of responsibilities, if you have multiple jobs or um, you're really active in a certain community, there's always certain extra expectations put on you.
That's good. Well, uh, even myself, a lot of times, especially as you get older, uh, most time people think you got it together, but life can be kind of complex. Uh, One of the things, and I've been doing this with the book, Find and Focus, Follow, Finish, is setting some goals. And setting those goals, it helps me to put things in perspective. Uh, I typically focus on something. One thing, I might have a list. I got a list of a bunch of stuff, but over these next 44 days before the year ends, a lot of those items I'm checking off, but I have to prioritize them. Then that way I'm not stressing myself out. I'm not putting myself on trial. I'm not over obligating myself. One thing during the holidays, even going to party, believe it or not, there are people that get stressed out because they got to go to all these Christmas functions and Thanksgiving functions. Everybody cooking. Everybody's got a Christmas party, a Thanksgiving party, a New Year's party. So you get stressed out there. Also, the preparation of food. Now, in the Black family, you roll up and you're not really good at cooking certain things, macaroni and cheese, turkey, ham, all those things, you can be really stressed out trying to prepare food. So sometimes you got to figure out some alternatives to do what you do best. Even just like when it comes down to gifts, you might not be able to give gifts. You might have to use your talents. Give a gift that's not as expensive, but it's something that's personal. Like if somebody get a personalized cup or a mug or a coloring book or even some poetry, those are good items that you can give people as gifts. Uh, but I guess our next question would be how you, and I think each of you said it in a way, but how are you using your current skill sets during the holidays? What are you actually doing?
Oh, B? Okay, well, the paint party. The paint
Okay.
parties have been, you mean, what am I doing
What I
now? The
paid for
skills?
it.
Okay,
Tell
so okay, so this one didn't make it to the grade, but we had started with this, but nobody liked it. This is the paint. This is a pumpkin. We were gonna do the pumpkin, but that didn't really make it. Okay, so but this is the current paint party that we're gonna do. Janae and Avery, I hope you'll join us. So we're gonna be painting her. I don't have a finished piece right now from our instructor Joey, but we're going to be doing this paint party, and that's to give people a break. That's part of my art therapy sessions, and we're going to give them a break. The other thing I'm going to do is that instead of this year, I send Christmas cards every year, right? So this year, I'm going to give people the gift, the card of relaxation. So here is one of my cards for my coloring book. That's from the coloring book. But they're gonna get a card. I want to send you Avery and Janae a card, okay? It's got the envelope already in it. But I'm gonna send you a card that looks like that. You gotta color it. That's gonna be a relaxation. That's your Christmas card, okay?
Okay.
But you're gonna color it, so nobody's gonna see this coming. You guys are the only people, other than whoever is watching this, that know that I'm gonna do this year. I send out Christmas cards every year because that is relaxing to me. I play my Christmas music and I send my cards out December 1st. But this year, I'm going to send them the gift of coloring, of relaxation. They got the color. They're gonna color their own Christmas card. Drum, you muted.
Okay, go ahead. I was listening. Well, and one of the things, I guess you can tell them what is a paint party. Because, you know, if you just said we're having a paint party, just like first time I heard about some paint parties.
Okay.
And, you know, like as a male, I was like, man, just a bunch of women sitting around the table talking. But once I got into it, I found out different. And, you know, I hadn't missed a paint party yet. I'll be doing number 4 in December. But just tell them what it is.
Okay, so the paint party is to gather people. People have paint parties all the time, all over the country. In our paint party, we do something that I'm doing that's a little bit different than the paint party is that this is actual vinyl on canvas. It's not like a picture. I cut it on my Cricut, and then I transfer it to a canvas. So what we want to do is we want to gather a group of people together, men and women, and want them to relax. I don't even call it a sip and paint because I always cook and there are drinks in the kitchen, they're eating. I do whatever you want to do. Basically, what we want you to do is to come. We don't even want to call it sip and paint. I don't even call it sip and paint. Say it's a paint party. Bring whatever you want to the paint party to drink, eat, or whatever. And we're going to send you a canvas. We do it virtually. So we're going to send you a canvas. So you're going to take 2 hours or 3 hours of your time with us and my instructor, Joy. And one thing that she does really differently is that everybody doesn't paint the same way. Like you'll see some paint parties where they'll have everybody's painting the same picture, the same colors. We don't do that. We let you express yourself the way you want to express yourself through any colors. I'm giving you like maybe about 3 pots of paint where they're having 6 colors in each one, strips of paint. And then I'm asking you to just come as you are and bring your own creativity and identity to the table. So we just let people paint whatever colors they want. But I noticed that some other paint parties, everybody's painting the same colors, the same picture. It's the same picture. We want you to take the interpretation into your own hands. So it's a relaxation therapy. It's an art therapy. It's literally art therapy. And people leave relaxed. They leave empowered. They leave happy, and they feel, wow, even if they didn't want to come and they came anyway, they're different when they leave. And then they say, oh, wow, this was really good. I need to now integrate this form of therapy into my daily life.
And these are events that people can do remotely?
Yes, we have virtual parties. So normally we'll have 6 people. I can take up to 6 people in my house. And then there may be like another 6, like the first party, there was like 7 people. We had 14 people in various locations. We had one person in Houston, Texas. We had somebody in Michigan and Detroit. We had someone in Indiana, someone in Seattle, someone over in College Park. And then we had 3 people in Conyers. So they're all coming together and then looking on screen. We got one screen on the painting. So yeah, virtual. So there's a lot of people, it's hard to bring people to, I don't know if anybody's having this other problem, but I'm talking to a lot of other facilitators and everybody's having this problem of getting people to come out. Since the pandemic, people got used to being on their computer, at home, on a screen. So getting them to actually drive and then driving at night, a lot of people don't want to drive at night anymore. So this whole concept of coming doing it virtually, to me, made sense, for us to be able to bring people together from all over the country, and paint together at one time.
Oh,
so far it's working. So far it's so good. We really do want to be in person. It's a lot easier for us because we don't have to ship, and the post office rates are all over the place, and they probably have gone up for the holidays already. So I'm just noticing that when I'm shipping, everywhere I go, the zones are like, one person maybe $13, another person $6, and we're not charging that much. So that gets to be a little bit more expensive overall, but we're still going to ship it, at this point. We still want to ship. We want people to come to the party virtually.
Good. And Avery, I know you're out there in Arizona, and I know you teamed up with some other ladies to do some books, some women empowerment. But what are some of the other things you're doing out there? And how do you get people to get involved with what you're doing? Do you still do any of those open mics?
Yes, I got to do an open mic at an art studio last week, and I got to make some new friends, and it was really nice. Um, and they want me to perform again, um, and have my own, probably my own show, hopefully in February or March. So
Wow.
I'm looking forward to that.
You're gonna be the
Yeah,
headliner.
yeah. And also, like I was saying, I'm trying to volunteer more for organizations that I want to learn more from and get connected to. So yesterday, I was able to help clean up and set up a little at the beginning of the local theater arts festival, and that actually let me meet some of the leaders and people who work with the artists, and get some freebies from different companies and organizations. So it was nice. Yeah,
Okay,
and I
okay.
think Miss Tisha's artwork is really pretty, so I'm looking forward to learning more about that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And hey, I know she might be holding little CJ there for a minute, but I know she stays pretty active as a young mother out there, making things happen, an entrepreneur. You know, I'm really proud of both of my nieces. You know, when you talk to somebody that hadn't had a job in 40 years, you know, it's a different game when you self-employed, uh, and you have to, generate your own income. That's one of the things we talk about in the book, Final Focus, Follow, Finish, how to generate customers, how to find the people. Uh, but maybe and this question to all of y'all: how do y'all find people that are interested in what you guys are doing?
Okay. But you know, okay, when I first started doing the coloring books, um, I had honestly, I didn't really know where to look. But something happened one Saturday. It was a back to school, and Drum and I were passing by. We were on our way home, and we saw music. We saw like RVs, and they had a barbecue pit. And I said, "Hey, pull in, babe, pull in, pull in," you know. And so we went in there, and there were all these kids. And that was the first time after doing all my coloring books that I was face to face with a bunch of kids in one place. And so I thought about it. I was like, I'm going to go home and get my coloring books, you know, because I was giving samples out to like the seniors at the senior center, and they were getting. And what happened is that my books, like this is the children's book. Okay, this is the children's book, and it's got pictures in it. And if you notice, the pictures look like us. So the first thing that was my first feedback from my coloring books, Avery and Janae, and the kids were like, and the guy goes like, "Am I gonna get one? I want one." And I was like, "Everybody's gonna get one." So I brought crayons because at that time, Lido has a grocery store here, Avery. They had crayons for like 25 cents. I was buying boxes of crayons, 35 cents, 50 cent, 50 cent, 50 cent. I was buying boxes and boxes of crayons, and I was just going out, just like rogue, taking my coloring book samples. And I was giving 5 samples out at that point. But the adults caught on to it too because I started seeing how they were reacting to seeing images of themselves, in these coloring books. And so the kids were jumping up and down. I got pictures of them with the coloring books. And the guy goes, "You came back. You kept your word." He was so surprised. I said, "I'll be right back. I'll be right." He didn't know what I was doing. I said, "I got some coloring book." And I came back. It was just like I saw my target audience and by mistake. And then I just everywhere I wanted to go where kids were, where seniors are. I have a senior coloring book. I have one garden. I have a teen coloring book too. I have a teen coloring book. This is one of my favorites. This actually printed the best. And I, well, you never know what you're gonna get on print on demand. I know Avery can understand that because I send the job up there, being a designer and all, but I don't know what it's gonna come like. Okay, I don't know what they're gonna do. We have, like my printer says, you get either up a gain or down a gain, so it could be either lighter or darker. So you don't know what you're gonna get. It's like a Cracker Jack box. You don't know what you're gonna get. So I just be like, oh God, please let them do a good job on this print. So then, I did a senior book because somebody requested that I do a senior book. That's just across there saying do not sell. And so, but they wanted me to do it diverse. So you can see there's white people in this one. But the other one is, I said, no, I had to do one for my black people. Sorry, I had to do one for my black people. So I did one for black people. I said, this is called Black Heritage. So I don't want to be hogging the show, but you said that about your target audience, being in marketing. So this is black people, and I'm getting more and more. Amazon believes that this is going to be the biggest seller because they don't have anything on there like that for seniors. So finding my target audience, I didn't know how to. I was out of the school system. I used to be in the educational system, but then I got out of there. I didn't know where to find them. So everybody that I met, I was just giving samples out wherever I would go. And then when I saw those kids, I said I targeted in. Then when they asked me about the seniors, I try to find out where the senior centers are. And anybody that's in these books is basically, I need to go and find that target audience. So I'm getting better, but I started out real rough and raggedy. Okay, it was crazy, but it's getting better.
Good. Avery, I know you're out there, and you do well meeting people and collaborating with people. I know coming from DC area, Atlanta, and then migrating out there to Arizona, going into a place where you don't really know nobody, and you were able to build something and create something, and make a living out there doing your skill, doing things you like doing. So how difficult was it for you to find your target market or find some more women to collaborate with you with some of those books that you all have teamed up to do?
Oh, a lot of it, yeah, a lot of it is virtual. At least to get started, I've been able to find Facebook groups. So I haven't been able to meet live with a lot of the women, but just meeting through Facebook and then through email or phone calls has been really helpful for me. So I'm in a Black Girls Write group. I just joined a Girls Get Together, like Arizona local group, and like a high maintenance Black girl group, like to learn more about how to have better self care and let go of poverty mindsets and all that. So that has definitely helped. And I've been trying to get in touch more with people from my church and different local nonprofits so I can learn more about people who could be interested in my books and in working with me with families of those with special needs. So that has definitely helped. So my church, they said they have some connections, but it's been a lot, like the main person has been on vacation and like out of the office often, but hopefully in the next month or so I can get in touch with him so I can like learn more about different people in the church and community, because I know they have plenty of connections.
Oh, great. Janae, I don't. She might be on just audio listening. In between the calls, she's making sure that little CJ is kept quiet. So she's doing the motherly duties. But there's so much when we look at how to get people interested in what we're doing. Anytime you are reinventing yourself, and that's a part of the holiday therapy. going into this holiday, some of us have to reinvent ourselves. Each of you had to come out of a comfort zone. Lady Tish, you had to come out of it when you were diagnosed with cancer. Uh, Avery, when you left Spelman, and then I think you were in DC for a minute, and then you moved out to Arizona. And you've been out Arizona for a couple of years now. You're making it happen. And then Janae, you know, you uh, in the nursing field, and now that you're like a stay-at-home mom, you created an opportunity to generate some money while you're home. So that helps reduce some stress. That helps put you in a position so that you're part of the entrepreneur side of people. So one of the big things when we reinvent ourselves, we always have to go in front of some new people. Sometimes the comfort zone is family, and then sometimes you got to go into some deep water. I know Avery said she was out there. You know, for me, sometimes it might be difficult to approach people in a group. Younger people can do it a lot better. Social media, you do it well there, Lady Tish, but sometimes it's hard for people to socialize with people that they don't know, hadn't seen, or had some type of physical relationship with. But one of the things we're finding out is social media is a very powerful tool to be used in connecting the dots, which is connecting you to other customers, clients, and especially during the holiday season. So a lot of the projects that you all have uh, can be very useful. You know, we're talking about, you know, the part of entrepreneurship, but also uh, you all. I know you've done it, Latesh. I've got videos out that, you know, I show people different skill sets, things they can do. Now I don't have a lot of artsy crafty stuff, you know, but when it comes down to painting, uh, things that you can do to reduce the stress, things that you can do to uh, make this holiday period a better holiday period for you, your family, and your community. uh, but I can ask each of you ladies this: what's one of the big things that you're going to be doing during the holidays, whether it be Christmas, Thanksgiving, or New Year's? What are you looking forward to doing?
Oh, I get. You know what? I guess it's gonna be these note cards because it's low stress. I just have to make a couple of corrections on that, and yeah, it's gonna be these note cards. Putting more of these together. You know, because I think this
Okay.
is gonna be it's gonna spread a lot of joy to people because they won't see it coming, and they know about the coloring books, but they won't see the coloring book on a card. So that,
Mm,
and then also instigating my journal, putting that together. That's the other thing. So what I'm doing is yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun too. Is putting the journals together because Avery didn't know this journal because I think the Avery's book. I just have to get her book, you know, and see how we can integrate that into our therapy and our therapy sessions for women.
oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking that that's a lot of collaboration here. And then I love what Janae is doing. It's similar. I have a mug press from but I rarely use it because I got $1,000 sitting on the floor from broken sublimation machines. And right about now, something needs to be repaired. So I know what she's doing, those tumblers and the positivity on those tumblers is something that could be on my website that I could integrate, like getting something from her and putting that, because I always at our paid parties I give gifts away, you know, to let people know, appreciate them and thank them for, you know, because it's hard out here. Everybody's competing for time and your time. And so when somebody comes to your event, I like to say thank you. I am literally getting, you know, notifications from Facebook about events that I just said I was interested in. And every time I'm amazed, they say, you got 5 events tomorrow. Really? Now, you know I'm not going to 5 events, but it was 5 events that I was interested in. But the fact that it was 5 events on the same day, it's insane. So I have to look at that as an event planner and say, well, hey, you just like number 6. In somebody's list, and they got to choose where they're going. So what is my compelling offer to get them to come to my event? So when they come to me, your book could be a gift that I give Avery. Okay. Janae, your tumbler, the mugs. I'm not doing mug. I can do the mug press, but that's not really, I can't do anything without my sublimation machine. So she knows that, knowing that, but you can buy this stuff, it's just more expensive. But still, these items that you guys have so positive could be gifts that I give to people. And you'd be surprised. It's just a simple act of kindness that really you giving somebody a gifting them something. Did he show you? Remember, I did the bags drum. He has his. I'll show. I can go get it. And my first paint party, I had all this vinyl. I had these bags from the mart, and I just simply turned those bags over and I said, "Create something," and I put their name on it. That was it. And he pressed it onto the bag and gave everybody that bag with their name. Nobody saw that coming, not even him. And I instead of saying Reginald or Drummer, I put Rex. He didn't even see it coming. His name on it. So I'll go get it and show it to you. So yeah, it's just a simple act of kindness. That can be a collaboration or but I think these note cards are gonna be it because nobody's gonna see that coming. I'll send them a note card and say, hey, okay, I sent you a card this year, color it. That's always this relaxation. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the journals, what I do is I take somebody's picture from the age of like 5 to 7 or whatever, like maybe up to 10. And I put it on the cover of the journal so that they embrace their inner child. That's a big, big thing. I didn't say that earlier. Is that's a big avocation for me right now is returning to your inner child. What did you like to do, Avery, as a kid? What did you like to do, Janae, as a kid that made you absolutely just crazy happy? I like to play jacks. And I put that on Facebook the other day, and I don't know it because I was looking at Dollar Tree. They don't have them. And then somebody came and said, they got into it. They said, Letitia, you can find jacks at Target. I said, oh, good. Thank you.
Well, and good to see you back there, Janae. We were talking a little bit about and this can go on further. Y'all can talk about or think about how you can collaborate together. You know, a lot of times during the holidays, one of my strengths in business has been teaming up with other people, even if they did the same thing. I mean, in Atlanta, I've been in the window tint, auto detailing industry for almost 40 years. And, you know, sometimes you're not going to have a hit. That means that you're not going to be the big winner. So you have to figure out, as an older guy, I have to figure out how I can sustain myself by teaming up with other people. Over the years, we managed to build a good network of people, you know, customers, even people that do the same thing that I'm doing. A lot of times they refer me business, you know, and we find ways to collaborate. And I was sharing when you were sharing what you're doing out there in Arizona with other ladies to get a product out there, because you know one of the things is it's hard to do a lot of, even I'm on the entrepreneurship, but even in cooking, if I had y'all in the kitchen, y'all have to figure out some way who gonna cook what and how y'all gonna do it. And once you figure out a system for doing stuff, and over here we say system stands for saving yourself time, energy, and material. Saving yourself time, energy, and material. And once you find a system, it helps you to deal with a lot of these stresses, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your business. Because you know, it's hard to do something if you got to face it with just what you got. But if you got a system already in place, what happens when these difficulties come, these stressors, it becomes easier to deal with it. But maybe each of you can share how to get in touch with you with your product and services, and one of the big things you were looking at doing for the new year, during the holidays, whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, or going into the new year. You know, how to get in touch with you, and what's one of the big goals you're looking at doing or completing this year. Danae, since you just coming back in, we'll let you lead off.
Okay, so the best way to get in contact with me is on Instagram, and that is Two Pretty Custom Creations. That's the number two Pretty Custom Creations. And the best contact number is 404-909-9421. And I am just looking for, since I just started this business, my main thing that I want to do is just network, just to get my name out there. That's just my biggest goal for the rest of this year. And then beginning of the year, I plan to have those thousands and thousands of orders come in where I could just take off in my business, and I could leave my 9 to 5. Yeah, so just my goal for the rest of this year is just to network and learn as much as I can about crafting, and about, I know a lot about skincare already, but learn more about skincare and learn more about crafting, because there's 1,000 things to learn. And yeah, just network. I just want to make sure I network and meet people. Because I did hear Miss Tish, even though I wasn't on, but I did hear you when you said for us to kind of like partner together, because you have a sublimation machine that needs some fixing. So yeah, that's one thing that I learned with my group, was to, make those connections with people. So if something's broke that I need, then I can always reach out to somebody else that has the same thing and say, hey, can I hold your machine for a minute? And just network, so you always have those connections.
Thank you.
Avery?
Okay, okay, I put my information in the chat.
Okay.
My main website is on Linktree. I put that also in the chat. My tennis buddies and go to the tennis court more often. Yeah, just maintain and get stronger and take better care of myself so I can make good balanced decisions now and through the coming years. But yeah, I'd love to collab, and my info is on there. My Facebook and Gmail are basic. My Gmail is averydrummer@gmail, and Facebook is just Avery Drummer.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I put my website up there, and I really like my Instagram. I got several Instagrams. So I put Artish Creations is Instagram at Artish Creations. And I finally broke 1,000 because I've been working with my clients so much. I was pretty thrilled about that. Anyway, yeah, for the rest of the year, I'm gonna collab with Joey, who does our paint party. She's an artist extraordinaire. So we're putting our heads together to go to different senior centers and different places, and get on the docket. Basically, we're putting a proposal together to tell them what we do with the paint parties. I do art journaling too, and that's another thing that I want to start. We do bottle art. We have several classes. It's not just the paint parties. There's several things that we'll be doing. I'm going to teach people how to do this, because I used to be a ceramic artist, and I had to give it up because of my allergies. So what I started doing is doing like mosaic. You see that? It's like a beading. So you're using stones, and I'm doing this with my canvas, on canvas. So that, and art journaling, basically a lot of people art journaling in books. You can do that with like a junk journal or something like that. What I do is I take the art journaling to canvas. and it's papers, all kind of stuff. I want to show people how to use this and actually take their childhood and put it on canvas. I want to do that. So that's another thing. Like, we want to do it on canvas, but you can always do it in a book. Like, for example, Janae can take little CJ's pictures, all of his pictures, and we can blow it up. I was gifted this big printer behind me, this Epson, so it blows up stuff huge, you know. So I'm challenging myself every day to take it to another level, because we're going to have so many classes. I don't want to get bored myself, and we want to have something new and changing all the time. So it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just totally, like I said, embracing my inner child. All the things I like to do as a kid, from coloring to playing games that I used to do, anything that breaks the monotony from the stressful life that we are born into, or whatever. We try to escape it, but we got to always have stress. There's good stress and bad stress. And obviously bad stress did me in, and I was in the hospital. So after that, I said, no more. I gotta live, at the end of the day. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that, what I am saying actually is that, my whole life is the rest of my life, however long I'm on this planet, is going to be about art therapy and enjoying myself creatively. Yes, to make money, I need to make money. It's not a high income thing, but at the end of the day, my stress level stays down. I'm still here. That's what I'm going to do. It's just devote my life to art therapy.
Thank you, ladies. And for everybody out there that joined us, you got to forgive my throat. I've been yelling and screaming. But, when it comes down to the holidays, reducing stress, finding some way to enjoy it. When I was little growing up, I used to look forward to the holidays. As you get older, it gets a little bit more complicated. I look forward to the holidays now, even though I've lost people close to me in my family, my mother, and grandmothers, granddaddies, aunts. But I look forward to the holidays. I'm like a little kid. I'm excited. And one of the things that keeps me excited is staying around people like you all. And I encourage people to look inside their families during this holiday period. We got a lot of talent within our family. So when you get back home, Thanksgiving, instead of fussing over the turkey, and who's gonna cut it, who's gonna get the biggest piece of pie, find out what it is that people doing in your family. I got some more great nieces and great nephews. I got to bring them on board within my family that's doing stuff. And we're going, but I encourage people to do that, because during the holiday period is about family. And if you can work it with your family, you can make holidays less stressful. It's all about the family anyway. What makes the holiday a holiday, whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or Indigenous Peoples Day, Christmas, the winter solstice, the New Year, whatever you want to call it, it's just bringing the family together and utilizing that time to help the family heal. The family is under attack, and we have to find ways to strengthen ourselves. So with that being said, this is Reginal Drummer, the peopleologist and author of the book, Find and Focus, Follow Up and Finish, that you can find it anywhere that books are sold. And you can go over to www.myheartshop.com/shop -1. I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe over here at Square Mile Media Atlanta. We got a lot of great content, a lot of great things happening over here. And I encourage you to really take some time during this holiday period to get reflection on yourself, how you look at yourself, how you look at your family, and all of those around you. And by all means, let's make it a great day. Let's enjoy ourselves this holiday. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be all the things that you want. Anytime you go out and help some people, we just helped some veterans. We were able to bring some veterans out and share with veterans during the Veteran Day, places that they could go out and eat for free. So those are things that we could do during the holidays to help people And I thank my guests for bringing all the great information. I'm getting ready for the next paint party. I'm gonna get one of them tumbler's and finish reading some of those books. And with that being said, take care. And we will definitely see you at the top or from the top. The view